June of 2020. So what did the president leave behind? Most of the major towns and villages the president went to, he said, I empathize that we have lights, not much of a light in Monrovia, but we have electricity and you're here in darkness. So major places in Bombing, Cape and Babalu, he instructed his technical team to have solar lights.
Okay.
Solar lights restored.
Yeah, that's electricity as well.
Yeah, solar light, natural and energy lights was restored or not ready restored because some of the places have never had light like Bama. There was no LEC in Bama prior to the war. So the streets, the major streets of Bama, the president
instructed
that they put 100 solar lights. So Bama, if you went there now, I mean, the last 2 years, Bama is transformed. People are opening.
Even prior to the war, had electricity.
Bama and other Kumba and other places in Bopolu, the capital city of at the time before the war was on Lufa. They were lower Lufa. They didn't have electricity in Bopolu. So to have street lights in Bopolu, in Bama, that was a big, and
how did the citizens receive that? I know you talk about electrifying.
So they were like, thank you from the president, and it was like, thank you from the people. So the two thank yous, came in.
It was interwoven.
Yeah. Thank you for the electricity. Thank you for the security. Thank you for the peace, Mr. President. Thank you for our governance system. And then it was they telling the president, thank you. And he's saying, thank you for all you've done to help me maintain the peace.
Okay.
It is for you that we're doing all that we've done. So after he went through the different districts, how to reach areas, I mean, imagine the president was there, let me be in my comfort zone, and my minister of internal affairs will reach. But he went out and about, the different remote areas of the counties. From people came from Kumba, right? And said in Bama they spoke. And one thing I like about the interaction, they allow commissioners, people to come and tell the story. What do you want the president to do? Now the president says, I've tried. So America, you didn't see me before. You probably saw my picture, but I have no interaction with you. But you voted me overwhelmingly. Of the 17 polling centers in Sri Lanka, the president won 15.
Wow.
2017. So he said, now that I've tried to reach out to you, I've been to Sri Lanka.
It means that you will win the intel.
So give me the balance too.
Give
me the balance too. And I think...
and you are confident they will do so?
Some of the kids who are not of voting age, let's be honest, some of the kids of voting age, they were all overwhelmed and excited. Oh, I saw the man. Oh, the man, he smiles. The man is, active, he's lively, and that was for them to take home. Mama, I saw the president of Liberia. Trust me, it is a privilege. Now, many presidents don't have to see the president of Liberia, Jala. We just hear the president's name, we see the president's picture, but to see the president, face to face, he's waving. In one place, Venezuela, the president took on his cap. And and just threw it to a gentleman and said, look, my man, if you are a pimping man, or you are a gas seller, or you are an ordinary person, nobody believes in you, hold my cap and believe that you'll be content, but you can make it like I made it. Like I've been telling the story.
And I guess how that guy was at that point. That's a historic.
That's what I'm saying.
Touch. A political historic touch.
Yeah. If we could say he was electrocuted, politically electrocuted. He felt the electric in him from the president giving him a cap. He was so, boastful, so loud, so, excited. And the president always says sometimes ecstatic,
ecstatic. He was born the words of Papa Morris.
So it's a good interaction. The president did his best in the rain sometimes. The weather was bad. He said, no, we can't stop it. The weather
and so he was on the ring with the people.
Yeah, like Bapalu, there was Gisling. He said, no, we can't wait. The people are in the rain. I will join the rain.
Of course.
Yesterday, before he left, before he left Rubber Sports, the rain was up. He entered Blue Waterside. There's a little small town in Blue Waterside where we got a market called Basara. The president came up in the rain, and he did his little bit of you like it, you not like it, and he saw he moved. The people saw him like the way they see themselves. They said, the president will be presidential.
He cut across the whole place because if you see the man in Grand Crew doing that war dance. How do you call it?
The war dance.
The war dance, that with the guys made a song with. He goes to the other place. He goes down to the people.
So going from Rubber Sports cutting across Cape Mount, what was more intriguing The president went to Rabasco, the capital first. He went to Venezuela. He stopped briefly in Medina and Sinjay. Then he went. The president. Well, that was kind of touching for me when the president left Waterside and drove to Pokpa district. He had gone to Gawla district. He had gone to Tiwa district. And he said the last time I was there, I didn't go to Tiwa. I didn't go to Pokpa district.
So it's time to go there now.
This is almost like where the royal family of Cape Man, the people, the Mabandis, the Gosset, the Formulas, some of them are in Gawla and some of them are in the Kellys are in Sinjay area, but the royal family, the owners of Cape Man, they're not on the road.
Yeah, go ahead.
They are not on the road. They are well out there in the bush. The president Convo went on a road yesterday that 4 hours from Papata to Buyendaru was better. From Teni to
Capita to
meaning that Nima because 4 hours.
It was better. In terms of road connectivity.
It's long, not very good road, but the president took that risk by going in there. But then one, although I know after 171 years the president can face all the roads, so these kind of interior roads, it's obvious that they will be maintained. But after January, after that place, the road was so rough, the bridges were so terrible. But the president said, "Look, that will stop me. I have to go to Balama. I have to go to the different parts of Cape Man in Pokpa district." So he went to January. He spoke to, not really speak, but slow down, wave, and meet and greet. And he went up as far as Balama. And the interaction there was
and he went by car. The terrain was rough, right?
Yeah, he went by car. When one car coming and one car going, there will be on the road nowhere for somebody to turn. Imagine. So it was kind of an exciting movement to see the president go through there, and then he came out and went to his own place where the people changed the name from King George to King George.
Oh, King George is not King George.
Yeah, the
name he played with in football.
Yeah,
King George
is actually Joy. Joy, happiness.
Yeah,
but it was no. We know our King Joy, but it's now King George.
King George.
So he went there by 10 o'clock.
Wow.
He was outside with the people. It was a little dark though. They had some huge lights, but then the president said, "With light or without light, my people love me." And you could see the first time photos and some of the original photos or the third time photos or the fourth time photos. You could see them laying down on the road. If I don't have T-shirt for CDC with my George, we're not going to leave from here.
And I saw a little girl who spoke in one of the areas who was so, the president was so excited and said, "I'm going to pay her school fees until she graduated high school." Posted that.
Yeah,
and she was so eloquent to understand that the president stood and the vice, everyone stood.
That was Venezuela.
There was a standing ovation for that little kid. And she said, "Mr. President, thank you for paying the wise fee of my brothers and sisters, even though I'm not there yet, but I'm sure you're going to do it for others. And we pray that this continues on the after you leave power." That was so intriguing.
And trust me, it's very intriguing. And trust me, people on the road from Big Jebe to Small Jebe, from Gen 1 to Gen 2, Gen 3, from all the towns on the road, not only light in the homes, Jala, but street lights. So the World Bank, the SCLSG, the government of Liberia, President William made some donation of street lights. The towns are glittering, the towns are lively. People have the opportunity to come outside, and if you don't have the current in your home, you can come on the street and on the lights sell your oranges.
Yes, I saw that while coming from Bowater side through Sierra Leone from Lofa, and all this little towns on the road from Bowater side to Bomi and to Broadville, we saw lights along the road, and everywhere I was saying, "Oh, the guys are enjoying life. We don't have some in our in Johnson." So it's like it's really so into my place though, but that was a situation.
The biggest thing the president can do now, if he tries and do something that will be good, is to let the light leave the main road and go inside to the villages, right?
Absolutely.
Like Dambala wants light.
Dambala and Bambala, they are in the inside,
the same region,
but they are inside small. For the mirror.
I said 3 hours. The president went yesterday.
Wow.
He went to
So
Bambala.
also can hear that name today. They are all far off the road.
3 hours by road. The motorboys are doing well for them. Vehicles are hardly plying that route, but the president said, what a vehicle goes in or not. So I got a clearance from my security people. When people are there, if they are there living the way they're living, I can go there.
Yes, they are human beings.
So we went into Bambala, and then the people came from Mano River, people came from Dambala, and they are all converging the football field in Bambala, and it was a very good interaction with the president.
Isaac Garrison Red is the Deputy Director General of Public Affairs. He said with me, 5 more minutes I'll leave in, then I'll join Mr. Scott from the LEC. We're talking about electricity. There is this much concern about what is happening now. LEC came with an apologetic press statement saying they are sorry for what happened. Their system has been hijacked or whatsoever. People don't have electricity somewhere, anywhere around because they cannot go to the place where they went before to buy the tokens. Now they have to go to Duplo inside there or go to the LEC compound in Waterside to buy their tokens. Now the system says it is working out all modalities to restore it. But some Liberians are not understanding what is being said. They are not made a press statement. Some are misconstruing it and saying that we will be stealing current now. Oh, that's why I want the corner.
Yeah,
we'll be stealing the current.
Just something that happened in the last 4-5 hours.
Yeah.
So we went by the token, so we'll do the other way. You'll be surprised that educated people who are criticizing,
absolutely,
had the people who are saying, look, the community want to do the thing.
Can you imagine? I'm shocked.
I saw the post of some folks.
That's some of the conversation I see on Facebook and the names I see when I see with people saying this that it was still current.
That's the kind of country we have. People want to bring you. People want. I want to trust minister. We're just delaying, so
I'll drive my car.
Traffic loss.
But that's how it looks like. So we're going to talk to Mr. Scott about that. But it's so heartbreaking to hear people who are educated, who should be educated others about it, but the opposition is taking it and running with it. That the real government is inept. It cannot take care of all of these things. We told you,
level opposition, they won't be current. They won't current here.
So 12 years you didn't have current here. You have small light. But small light. It says small light. We didn't see the big light.
Yeah,
but the light is now on a bigger scale than you saw before. So this is about your own convenience. Why does it take you to go and stay for 1 hour?
It's beyond politics.
Beyond politics.
We shouldn't politicize.
So let's zero in on the visitation. Now you're back in Monrovia. You take over the bumper show tomorrow up to the time on my way, because I'm also preparing to hit the road with the president and the interact to 2 of the counties.
Yeah, I bet your engagements or your summit will be quite lighter than ours. We had to go to rough and very bad terrains. And where we didn't have good internet. You're going to Basel, the Magibi, and Riverside and Bong, internet friendly. I think you should emphasize on your broadcast that the internet companies should do well to have people have access to communication. That is vital. The people of Singe, Soin Mecca rather, Soin Mecca, you will imagine, no network. No network. In the instance of emergency, how do you manage? The people of was that another place they appealed to the president in Bama and asked the president for communication for Bull, Waterside, another area I think is good. And ELBC, as long as we are having the funds from the campaign committee, we'll continue to cover the standard bearers of each and every political party that want the service. They come and pay. We'll provide the service for you. So people should not misconstrue our presence with the CC standard bearer as being one-sided. In fact, you listen to Tewan Gonglo here today, this morning, and other opposition leaders have been coming. We had Alan Brown, the other evening, his vice presidential candidate. But we're here to serve the people tonight.
Absolutely, and our tables are open. You can sit on the tables and talk what you want to talk. We are open to that, and that's why we've been praised by some of our international partners that LBS has now transitioned from what it was before, where opposition were denied, where others bullied opposition people on this radio before the George are coming here, and all of those. This has stopped.
I even heard from one of the staff. Sometimes people will be wearing party t-shirt on the air, on the radio, which is not good at a time. And we would not want to, involve ourselves with that. We're entitled to our individual political persuasion or belief, but we cannot politicize the radio to go to one direction. So people are allowed to come in and share their thoughts. They should be respectful as they do it. But again, back to why I'm here. I enjoyed the trip. I think it was eye-opening in some area like Dambala and Bambala in Cape Mount. Pakpot district.
Okay.
We didn't go to Lofa Bridge though, because Lofa Bridge it's so confusing in Jala to go to Lofa Bridge, which is in Cape Mount, the Gula Connect Belt. You need to go back to Bomi, enter Bapulu, then you go to Cape Mount. You cannot go to King Josai or the Papa district. Yeah, people can get there, but to have a convenient ride, you need to go back to Bomi, Tottenham Prayer. You go to Somme, then you branch up to Bama. From Bama, then you go to Lofa Bridge and Kongbo. Kongbo is another place that a lot of people are listening to us there. We went through. I like the fact that we were live either by 99.9 or 99.4, our bombing substation, and people are listening to ELBC to a lot of extent.
Let me just say goodbye to you with this one. Put your earphone in here. This one. It's a beautiful song. Thank you so much for the people of River G County. It's a thank you so much for the president.
Museum,
I will play. Just bring it, my brother. Let me recognize the guys as it takes off.
Thank you.
That whoa. Oh man, Momo, welcome to the Bumper Show. As the guys has been here as my guest briefly. Moses Jala said, hi, people. I'm watching you from Bomi County. That's my younger brother, Moses Jala. Moses Papi Jala. Ako in Sangawulo. Nathaniel Gabo is watching me from Atlanta, the USA. While Jim Saros and Youngby is watching me from somewhere in Maryland County. To be specific, Buffalo community. Maybe Nathaniel Jolie is watching me. Opie Oni Johnson has joined me. I will go to the ELBC right now to talk to the communication consultant, Mr. Scott. And afterwards, I'll speak to him for 10 minutes. I'll take a few calls. And I transition to the people of Maggie County, who welcome the president tomorrow in Maggie County. Senator Nukwe welcome us tomorrow. And equipment senator. Tonola, James Tonola, you all welcoming the president tomorrow. Mr. Scott will join you very shortly. Little Bird Esquadron is following me from Brewerville, she says. Good afternoon to you, Little Bird, and the entire family. Highest legend Fedora holder. That man has been well for some time. Fedora, how are you this afternoon? Hope you're doing well now. Tato Niswa Tato. Little Bird Scotland holder. A president. Oh. This one though I'm not talking. This one though I'm not thinking. That's why President Trump and we are when you live for my beer. I be against you. DJ Wonderware is following me live from Johnsonville. While Romeo T.S. Canyon has joined me from Congo Town. I will pause right here for what the calls, and I will go to the LEC. Hope Mr. Scott can call me now. He's following the show. If I don't get, I will call him also as well. But again, this is very important. As I talked about it very shortly, very briefly rather. It is important to talk about these things because everyone knows what is happening in the country. For 12 to 15 years, you know, got 15 years, the war ended in 1990. You know, I was here as a young man growing up in the Woodcam area, around Beleko, coming to TMA area. I did not see light after the war. And so many times my father and I traveled from Monrovia to go to Totota, and the Sunday, they had the light all the way in Totota. And I just see light. But since that time, we're not seeing current, you know. But again, this government has ensured that there's a huge connection of Liberians from every nooks and crannies of this country to the legislative grade. Whatsoever the case may be, everywhere you see there are criminals. If the criminals go and hijack the legislative grade of the LEC because they want to get money from it, it is not a problem you shift to the government as a whole. What happens is about this country moving forward. Now they hear educated people who are politicizing this whole thing, that the government of President Weah has failed to secure their own safety in terms of providing electricity, which brightens the area, it beats my imagination. I cannot stomach that. I cannot stomach that when I hear people criticizing the government and saying they're going to be stealing current because the current is not available. Yes, we agree that the international system has been hacked by hackers. But again, it is not a problem you put to the feet of the government for whatsoever reason. So let's bear patient that at appropriate time, when the government does all in terms of AEC, if they do everything they can do to ensure that we have this electricity coming to everybody, it'll be better. The other time I told you I was happy. I discussed it for almost 20 minutes here. I was happy that I went to areas where they have the token areas. You saw more than 15% in the land trying to buy the token. It means that there are people getting responsible now who are not selling current, but they go to the centers to buy their current and put in that meter and have electricity based on their purchasing power. But for Liberia to say to me that I will steal current because it is not available for 2-3 days, then you are just disingenuous to yourself and to the country. For 12 years more than that, you didn't have current. How will we manage it? We burn our candles, our channel lights. What can we do it now and allow the system grows? What can we do it now and allow the system grow? Mr. Scanlon, I'm trying to call you. We talked earlier. You're not picking the calls again. I don't know what's happening. But if you call me back, I don't know, your line is busy. Or you're trying to call me back, I'm calling, and I think Mr. Scott is here right now. And so that's a serious problem. And I said that over and over again. We cannot be irresponsible as Liberians. I'm not saying it in a demeaning way. But those who will say, because I don't have exit token, I can't find it, it's not available now, so I will go steal current. That is disingenuous to the country. It is disingenuous to yourself. It is also disingenuous to the AEC that has done so much well to provide electricity for our people. Look, let me say one thing to you. I live in Johnsonville, on the other side of Johnsonville, now the quota now, going off the road. That place I've been there since 2016. I have a house I built there. And for the first time since that time, or before the war, that area has almost 50,000 inhabitants. The World Bank through AEC were able to provide electricity for everybody in that area. Can you imagine? 2 weeks ago, I got electricity to my house when my wife called me and said, they just brought our meter. And you know how I was paying for one arm of current, $50 for 3 years. Until I secured a power, solar panel, which I paid $3,500 for 2 plates, 3 plates, and 2 batteries. And that carried me all through. So I was happy that I have electricity through AEC. I can pay $10. I can run my solar in the morning, my children watch television, in the evening I go out. I can even save some AEC, right? But how does that affect the other people? It is just my home. But for the government to restore that to homes all over the place, it brightens my day. Let me go to Mr. Scott, who is on this line now. Mr. Scott, good afternoon. Welcome to the Bumper Show.
Good afternoon, Jala, and thanks for having me. Greetings out there to listeners on this program. And what I would like to say, please, what I'm about to share, this information, please share with friends, family members, and also those within your communities. Okay. Thanks for having me, Jala.
Now, what is happening? I saw your apologetic press statement released a few days ago. But what is the farmers now? Where are we in terms of the provision of tokens to the people? They are in long lines. They're complaining. They're talking about power theft and all of those. How can you alleviate their fears now?
Yes. Just as an update, our Lubango vending platform contracted by the LEC has faced significant technical challenges over the past few days. This has hindered customers from buying electric tokens from the Lubango vendors or through other digital platforms such as MTN Mobile Money, Orange Mobile Money, TipMe, EcoBank, etc.
Okay.
Now, to minimize this impact of these vending challenges, LEC has set up temporary vending points as we speak. You hear about Waterside, Bush Road offices, and the anti-power theft campaign site at the Tupo Road Baptist Field after the market on your right. Now, this stopgap measure was implemented on Sunday and will be expanded. Let me repeat, expanded to meet our public's need. Until the Bango can fix this, LEC is now on it. And we have also commenced an arrangement to expand these vending points. Jala, as we speak, I'm just from all over as far as Mount Barkley, Billy Cole, you talk about Partnersville Estate. I went to Bushwick School. I've been around trying to locate sites where we can decentralize what LEC is currently unfolding. When this thing happened on Sunday, we had 10 vendors working. We doubled the number to 20 yesterday, and today we have also doubled to have 40 at these key vending points.
So when you say, let's do it one by one. When you say when you had 20 or 10 person working and you doubled to 40, does that mean that you have the sites of different locations, or you have it at those 3 locations that you named?
We've increased up to 40 to those 3. So what we have, we are now bringing more vendors on board in order to spread out across other parts of Monrovia. As I mentioned, we will be going on the fringes as far as Mount Barkley, other communities in St. Paul, Painesville, Partnersville, Bushwick Island, you name it. As we speak, Jala, there are 5 mobile money numbers. There's Lone Star mobile money for vending. Those numbers will be given to the public within the shortest possible time before close of business today. So
and then it means that they will purchase their tokens through the mobile monies, right?
Exactly. We will have a customer. So we've borne the shock that started off with this the Bango experience, and now we're stabilized and we're moving into fixing this problem to a point where we wouldn't have vendors going through some of these inconveniences that they're currently experiencing.
So, Mr. Scott, how do you address the issue of traffic jam? Because if the numbers are not many, and you have a population of 350,000 people in Montreal, for example, and you have only a few mobile money numbers available, how do the people do it? Because sometimes there's a traffic jam in the mobile money transaction.
Yes. So as we speak, we will have 5 today, and as we move into the next days to come, you will see this transforming. So it started from Sunday where we had just 10 vendors. The following day we had 20. Today we have 40. So we're moving exponentially. So with this increment, we are quite cognizant that this will fix this issue as a temporary mitigating measure, and then scale up to other arrangements in the not too distant future. We would like to really apologize sincerely to our customers out there for all of the inconveniences caused. This is a technical issue. You know, these issues, they happen. And I just want to say that from a technical perspective, we cannot say that the Bango's system was hacked. We have no proof of that. The facts and the evidences have been looked into, and we will update the public accordingly.
Now, one of the frustrations of the people was that at those centers, in the 3 centers initially, you had only one person serving over 3,000 customers. If that were the case, have you increased the numbers to those areas?
Yes, as I mentioned, we have 40 persons, 40 vendors spread out across these 3 locations.
Okay, very excellent.
We have today 5 mobile money numbers to be sent out to the public, and other vending areas that I made mention of as we spoke will be included as part of the decentralized process to include additional mobile money numbers. And LEC would like to inform its many customers that with regard to what is unfolding, we're going to have a stringent mitigating measure to ensure that this will not happen again.
So, Mr. Scott, how soon do we intend to fully restore the system? Because this is embarrassing to your customers who stayed in the lines for a long time. Even if you decentralize it in Montserrat, they will still face some problems. And it is easier to do your service online and walk to the point of sale and get your token, then go into mobile money XYZ. So what can you say to the people? How soon do you restore the system?
As we mentioned, we are incrementally moving in. We had 10 on Sunday. We doubled the number yesterday. We are getting 40 today, and we have 5 mobile money numbers to be sent out to the public. We ask the public to look at our Facebook page and through other channels. We will share these numbers with you.
For the benefit of those who don't go on Facebook, Mr. Scott, for the benefit of those who don't go on Facebook, are those numbers readily available that we can announce on the radio for people to tap in now? And because many people don't have Facebook phones at SYC, they rather walk and buy the things that the people put on sale, rather. Do you have them readily available?
As we speak, Jala, our commercial people will be updating the public before the end of today, and we will have customers out there informed of those numbers using all of the available media channels that we can send it out to.
Let's zero in on Monserrado, and I will ask a question and zero in totally with you. Now, what is the situation across the country where you have your services? Maybe the grail that come from the Ivory Coast coming to Monrovia, are the people of Nima County affected? Are the people of Maryland, people of Grand Gita, the people of River G, and the people of Nima and that of Bon County affected as well?
No, Jala, we have a contractual arrangement for customers within Maryland, Grand Gita, River G, Nimba, and to include Bon County.
Okay.
These customers, they are under 2 contractual arrangements with JEP, Jungle Energy Power, and another company out of the Ivory Coast that is partnering with a Liberian firm that is managing the southeastern grid.
Okay.
So those grids, they have a separate platform and a separate arrangement. Now, I just want to inform customers out there that Lubango and its technicians are working frantically in order to restore this situation. And we're moving on. We are incrementally increasing the channels through which our customers can go out and buy tokens. We're going to improve on this as we move on through the hours, just letting our customers know.
Is there any emergency number that your customers can call in terms of any inconvenience or whatsoever they can do to reach out to you, maybe with complaints and whatsoever?
Yes, we ask our customers to call the full 500 number. If you have issues, and if you have issues around tech, we ask you to call the full 600 number. Now, let me...
let's go back. 500, you mean 4 as a number with 500?
500 and 4600 to report theft.
In terms of inconvenience whatsoever?
4500, you can call and get updates from those from the 4500.
Mr. Scott, thanks a lot, but I want you to hold the line. I want to take a few calls because the concerns are many. I will ask the superintendent of Magibie County, that's the development superintendent of Magibie County, who should be here now, to give us at least 10 minutes because this is important for the education of our people. So you can take a few calls and few answers and get a few answers.
Yes.
So please stay tuned, don't go off. You can say or you listen to the radio when I read it. I can call you back, you call me back, then you answer the questions.
Sure.
Thank you. Mr. Scott is the communication expert there at LEC, and I thought to do so to bring some calm to the people and through education. That's what we do. There really is an entertainment, it's about education and all of those. So call me on 080-514-096, 770-560-560. These are the 2 numbers to call me if you have a question or concern to ask Mr. Scott, who is still listening. Let me take the first call from here and say good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Brother.
Yes, you sound like Mohammed Getawe.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, Getawe, let's hear you.
This is Mohammed Getawe, one of the Popo defenders after Connecting District 14.
Please ask a question. No time for all of those. Just go and ask a question.
Yeah, I just want to say something quickly to the LEC spokesperson. Really, I want for the people to have task force in the drug community. Because if they're able to get task force in the drug community, they will reduce the power theft. Because the power theft, even the community, and counter community, where people there, they are using the government immunity free. Jana. So, and the only thing, if they get task force to monitor the drug community, how the people getting current, they
all right. Thank you, Mohammed. Others have to talk. Let me take this call from here. They all have their say. Hello, welcome. You have just 10 seconds to answer a question or make your remarks. Go ahead, please. Yes, welcome. How are you?
This is Jay Winnetchin. I call you from Grand Creek County.
Grand Creek, I'm told you are now connected to the Moravia Grill. What do you want to say quickly? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Grand Creek is okay. We are in a political season.
Yes? Oh, okay. All right. Grand Creek is okay, but then the people who are not okay, let's hear from them. Hello, welcome. Hello?
Thank you, thank you so much. I'm Daniel JT Hayes calling from the Fender community.
Okay.
My question to him, because, two things in this country, the rise in electricity, those are major political commodities.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the Dubai Road this morning. I have close to 7,000 to 1,000 human beings that couldn't purchase my land. But amazingly, I heard some community dwellers from far distance saying that I'm going to make sure that start the power steps, the subsidy current. My question to him, with the kind of shock in the system, don't you think all of the effort government have made to curtail power theft? It's not as possible. That's my question to him.
Thank you for that question. I think that slipped my mind because I wanted to ask him, what do you do in terms of this kind of situation to curtail power theft? Will you have your guys in the field moving from one place to the other? Because at these kind of points, the guys move in illegally to connect their homes because the service is not available readily to them. Thank you. That's a good question. Hello, welcome. The next caller. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is Elijah Kennedy. I come from the Mambatan community.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy.
My concern had to do with our meters. Our land have been connected, still have been connected, but meter distribution for our started yesterday up to today. But our understanding is that there have been some remote road from their health office that is reaching the post house to the meter distribution. So, does he have anything to make comment on what the meter distribution start at the Mambatan community?
Okay, you will answer the question again for me. I'd like to say the urgent issue now we should be asking a question about that. We can come to that later, and I hope to bring Honorable Monique Katan here next week to talk on many issues that we did the other time. Hello, welcome. The next caller, welcome. Let's hear you. Hello, welcome. Go ahead.
How you doing? I'm Prince from calling from the
Yes, hear you quickly, Prince. Prince, reduce the monitor. You're getting me some squeezing sound, which is not good.
Yeah, the phone I have here, like other people are already paying for that meter, but they haven't yet received that meter, and they are on direct electric power and taking it away.
Okay, so, that's a good concern. That's a good concern. He's listening. I'll give him 5 minutes to respond to those concerns, or 5 to 6 minutes. And if the assistant superintendent for development is here from Makibi County, who is preparing to receive the president tomorrow, is here with his campaign spokesman. We can talk to them very quietly and quickly. Hello, welcome. You live on the ELBC Bumper Show.
Yes, sir.
Yes, welcome. Let's hear you.
Okay, I said Dwana from Gobacho. I want to thank the LEC family because I tested the system quite 2 weeks ago and I received my meter just in time for Waterside.
Okay.
But I also want to call on my brother who just called that we need power test security in our community. I'm from Gobacho community. It's getting the power test. We need empowerment. But we have people here to serve as power test security, but we need empowerment from the LEC team.
Okay, so you think you need community police to do that, right?
Community, yes. Community engagement. There is a community engagement that be established with the with Maybro Power Test team. So we are calling on them to establish that engagement with all here in Gobacho community.
Okay, that's a good one. Thanks a lot. Let me go to the next caller. Then I will come back and then he will answer your question. We'll let him go. And I think he was just very clear with this information because it's important when this kind of information are filtering into the public glare that people who are current with the information to their fingertips can come and give it to the people just as Mr. Scott did. So we're here on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. You can also send your comments to our Facebook page. It's ELBC LMTV Liberia Live. Go and leave your comments and all will follow you and read them. Madam Gifty G Bozi is Bozo. Gifty G Bozo, my sister-in-law, is following me from Mama Grand Julia County. Welcome, my sister-in-law, and hope you're doing well somewhere there. Watching from Duazo, Makibi County is Christopher Benight. Huff Hayes is watching me, while Herman Dubon Hills is also watching me. Let me take this call. I'll take 2 calls and call it a day on this segment. Hello, welcome. Hello.
How are you?
Hello, welcome. You on the Bumper Show.
Yes, I'm on the Bumper Show.
Mm-hmm.
My question here is, what are the criteria one can go through to be receiving the light, and how much it costs?
Okay, that's all your question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Scott is here already. He can provide all the answers. I'm not taking any more calls again. Mr. Scott, welcome. How are you? Welcome back.
I have all of the questions except the last one you were just on.
But I told you to listen to the radio because I don't have the time.
We have the questions. I listened to Mohammed, I listened to Daniel, and Prince, and Isaac.
Oh, you mean the last caller who just called?
Exactly.
Okay, just go ahead and answer the first ones. I think you are telling me the means of which you can get it. Let us say that's what you're talking about.
Mohammed Getawe, thank you so much. The task force in Liberia has done remarkably well. I'm talking about the anti-power task force. Never in the history of the sub-region where you have the LEC along with Madame Bro and her team, they've reduced power theft from 65% to 30% in 10 months. Now, this is globally remarkable as regards data trends within Africa and other parts.
Okay.
So we're doing a great job. And we talked, like Isaac spoke about the Kobachok community.
Mm-hmm.
We have Millie Williams, who is our head of community engagement team, working with our executive director for commercial and regulatory, Mr. Heidi Sherry. We're working with communities already. So I think I hear Kobachok. We will have Millie and her team come and work with you guys. Isaac, I hear you. We'll have the anti-power theft along with the community engagement team work with the residents of Kobachop, and not just Kobachop, but other communities that are willing to work along with us in order to kind of bring about some semblance with regards to power theft. And let me just warn our customers out there, it will be foolhardy to bypass your meter right now.
What happens if you do that?
Because we will get to know eventually. It will be like you will do it now, but it's like something when you get tested, you will eventually be.
And so, what happens if the person bypasses the meter and goes? So when you find out if the person is doing that, what do you do? Cut it off permanently, or what do you do? Or you still institute a punishment by fines or what?
Now, our customers out there, we ask that they be patient with us because we are working really hard. And some of the customers, we make sure we serve everybody during the day. Today, we're working really hard. We work as long as we can to serve everybody. We just ask you, as we move on, we are working on fixing this issue. So please don't revert to power theft because it will be a foolhardy mistake to make.
Is there any punishment ascribed to any power theft person?
Yes, power theft is a felony according to our laws, and also.
Will you prosecute anyone who is found guilty of such? Or anyone who is caught?
Yes, our legal system makes it a bit challenging to prosecute theft, but we do take you off the network, and then you will have to pay a fine in order to be regularized.
What is a fine if the person is caught?
It depends on the type of customer and the kind of meter you have at the power theft site. There are various fines for those in various categories. Now, on the issue of meters, Daniel, you spoke about meters. Also, Isaac, I think Isaac spoke about the fast tracking of our process here. We're really working hard. And let me let the public know that as we speak, we have about 100,000 meters coming in country.
As of what time?
We should have, according to the ETA, should have been here on the 28th today. So
Liberians cannot celebrate for that.
We have 100,000 meters coming in country. 100,000. So the issue of meters should not be an issue. And we're currently working in serving our customers like
and those meters should be here by now. The 28th and the 29th this month, right? In this August.
We have meters in country, so just letting our customers know.
Okay.
And we'd like to say a big thank you to all our customers out there for their patience and taking time to go through the process and vending using whatever arrangement we currently have.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Thank you to you, Jala. We appreciate your effort in letting our customers out there know exactly what is currently unfolding. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Scott. Mrs. Scott is the communication director. I call the expert in communication. I've been knowing Mrs. Scott from the UNICEF when I served as vice president of the press union. We had good partnership with the late Abdullah Kamara as president. And he was there for us and we were there for him, including young people in journalism, the children for the RCDP program. Let me go to Grand Julia County and rest more. I'm waiting for the development superintendent of Maggie County as they get ready. Can you check what my guest is here? Bayo. Let me say good afternoon, welcome to the show, my people in Sanu County. Where is my young brother and friend James Samukai, the man who has the campaign team for Sonny Noah, Sonny Noah in Sanu County. He tells me he's coming back after the election. He wants to ensure that Sonny boy wins the election. That's a campaign manager for Sonny Noah. Hi, is my friend Sonny boy. How are you doing this afternoon? Mandoris and Chupayus in Grand Julia County, how are you? Mrs. Cynthia Mickey Roberts Grayfield, the one who turns my mess into best and makes the whole world smiles at me, the mother of my children. Good afternoon to you, darling. Vasatalam to you back for the county tour in the Western Cluster. Guess you dancing to the one again in the newsroom. Hats off to Mr. Joseph Kwu and the rest of the people who are making the news possible for ELBC. Mr. Sober George, Director of Broadcasting. I'm saying I'm waiting my guest. Where's my biggest in-law, Zoe Emmanuel Penna, the Senator of Grand Julia County? Zoe Emmanuel Penna been a long time we are not seeing though. We have so many unfinished businesses though. Let me welcome the campaign chair of the CDC, Honorable Eugene Nangbe, and the rest of the crew back to Monrovia, who accompanied the president, His Excellency Gbegugbe, to the counties in the Western Cluster region. My name is Jala Griffith. I'm the nation's Heavenly J. I'm the nation's radio. See, I'm spending my guests. If they don't come in less than 5 minutes, I'll go to other discussion. If they meet me in halfway, we can say have a conversation. Mr. Francis Kapu should be here by this time. The development superintendent of Maggie County and the cabinet spokesman for the county. They should be here by this time to talk about the president's visitation tomorrow in Maggie. What plan have they? This is my brother called David Safa Massacre Senior, The director of the Salvation School System has gone indisposed for so many months now. He had to make us available, Dave. Kadimas. This is ELBC Radio. It is 99.9 and all the frequencies. I've not seen my guests yet, and I'll give them a few more minutes. I can get them. I don't fall short of a conversation. I don't fall short of topics to discuss. I will open the line later, and we can talk on so many issues of significance of our country. We're going to election in October. That will be October 10th. The president is seeking re-election. We will talk about his gains he's made, his visitation, and what he intends to do again. He told the people in Bapolo, to the people in Cape Mount, the people in Bomi, that he is doing everything to ensure that road connectivity reaches them in every nooks and crannies of the county. So if the president is saying that, we're going to be asking Liberians. Grand Jury is saying to us, they wholeheartedly welcome President. We are there. All of those will be spoken about. If the guests don't come, we can talk on so many issues of national concern. And this is on ELBC Radio 39.9 and other frequencies. Let me say welcome to the man called Cyrus T. Waleko of Josephville Community, Maple Kawakan District number 1, River G County. He said he's following us from River G County. Mr. Cyrus T. Waleko, welcome. Lama give you one eye. Levana Galamamo. The people in Foya District say Barikatao. Malika Balikatao. Mommy, how you doing this afternoon? In Foya District. Man, people in say what the man town look for country. Hello there. One eye Lamagiti. James Bryant. Mr. James Francis Capo Jr., campaign coordinator and assistant superintendent for development, Maggie County, has just entered our studios. We are spreading the. He's here already. We're talking about mobilization. How prepared are they to host the president tomorrow as he departs Monserrado for Maggie and Bon counties? Crawford County. I want to play one song from Maggie. Maggie is a Terramasi county. He has a Bassa, he has a Pele, he has a Maningos. He even has Loma people, every quarter. So that's why when people start pushing trouble politics in Maggie, I get angry. Welcome to the show. It's on ELBC Radio 99.9, and other frequencies across Liberia. My name is Jala Emmanuel Grayfield. I'm the nation's helmet J. Can you just, please come to the phone. The nation's helmet J. Remember, Jala Grayfield, chapter 1, verse 1. Let's talk and talk and talk, and never shall we fight. Mr. Prince D. Mallet Senior is a campaign spokesperson of the party in Magibi County. He's been joined by Mr. Francis Capuchunian, Development Superintendent and Campaign Coordinator of Magibi County. Gentlemen, welcome. Let's start with the Honorable Superintendent. How are you, the Deputy Superintendent?
Okay, thank you so much. I am good, and we'd like to give God the glory for allowing us to be alive, to come and share information with our citizens. And so, how are you doing also?
I'm okay, and I'm also glad to see Mr. D.S.D. Mallet Senior. Mr. Mallet, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. So
just a button there is just press it, turn to red. Is it on? Okay.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
Thank you so very kindly. My name is Prince S.D. Mallet Senior.
Okay. So let's start with the Development Superintendent and Coordinator of the campaign in Magibi. The President, His Excellency, Ambassador, we have visits Magibi tomorrow. Bring us to speak about the preparation and mobilization you've done already.
Okay, so let me allow the campaign spokesperson to start.
Yeah, let me go to Mr. Prince S.D. Mallet Senior.
So the President is expected to visit Magibi.
Okay.
Anytime soon this week.
Just avoid that microphone. Just avoid the microphone. Just leave it there. Just go ahead.
So the President is expected to visit Magibi County for the visit of the campaign tour from various counties. And so Magibi is privileged to be one of the counties receiving the President. So the Development Superintendent is here in his capacity, representing the county to provide the preparedness of the county administration as to how they're being able to play along with the protocol section so that the people of Magibi will have a resounding welcoming ceremony of their President. And I'm here to provide the information of why we think we should be happy receiving the President and some of the successes we've achieved in the last 5 years under his leadership. And so we're glad to be in the studio.
Now, let's go by the couple. And then the boys by your court. The spokesman said, you are privileged more to speak on some of the issues and the preparation. Let's start with you. Then we'll go to him for other issues.
Okay, so thank you. As it relates to the date and time that the President is expected to arrive, I am just receiving a text from my boss, and I know there might be some adjustment.
Okay.
However, my Gibi County is being mobilized to ensure we receive the President.
All right.
The President is expected to hit the base of the county capital.
You gotta avoid the microphone. It's having some serious effect. Yeah, you gotta leave it. Yes, go ahead.
Specifically, this is expected in Kakata, where he will be received at the Dew Bridge.
Where's the Dew Bridge?
He will be received somewhere around the
Morris's Fan area?
Yeah, the Morris's Fan area.
Okay.
Specifically around the BWR area.
Okay.
And then they will move in, where the President will go on the sports stadium and where the citizens will meet the President.
Okay.
And thereafter, we expect the President to go to one of our historical areas in Magibi, and that is around the Gibi Mountain.
Okay.
The mountain has been informed that His Excellency the President of the Republic of Liberia will be visiting there, and we've sent word, and there will be a response from the mountain that indeed the mountain is expected to host our President. And so from Kakata, we'll go to Gibi, and from Gibi, we'll use the route coming from the plantation and going to Jetty area, from there to Wiala, and come back to Kakata.
Okay.
In the lower belt, the next day is expected that we will travel to the lower belt. In district number 2, we are expecting the President to to have a program around the Coventry and Unification Town area. The Coventry belt we received the president. The central location is the Unification Town. That the president will do a walkthrough to make sure that he greeted people, because there are a number of things that have been done around that belt by the president, and the people will be reminding him of those things that he have done before even electing him. They have explicit confidence, implicit confidence in him, but now they have explicit and implicit confidence in the president giving the deliverables in the last almost 6 years now.
Okay.
And so then the president will leave and go to district number 1. In district number 1, around the Rock International, around the Boys Town area, the president will be hosted there, where we will our citizens from that particular area to make sure that we meet the president. And then the president, upon that, the president will bid farewell to Margibi. So in terms of the preparation, there are a lot that has been done. This campaign, I know that our citizens, you won't believe, my brother, that we have had, just for Kakata alone, over 200 auxiliaries. And all of those 200 auxiliaries. And each of the auxiliaries have a membership not less than 100. Each of the auxiliary have membership not less than 100. And so 200 auxiliary, you are to come with 100, the least is 100.
Okay.
And that tells you that it's somewhere around 20,000. You can prove that. And Kakata,
that is aside from the local residents who want to come along to see the program.
Right. The auxiliaries, they are in the communities, right? They are different. The different community dwellers made up those auxiliaries, and they are registered with their voter IDs. So if you do a mathematical calculation around there, somewhere around 20,000, and Kakata has 2 districts. One side of the road is district number 3, and the other side of the road is district number 4. And each of them have somewhere around 29,000 to 28,000 registered voters. So all of that, if you are able to just take even 20,000 from those auxiliaries, it tells you that the people are actually welcome being the president to the county and to tell him those things that he have done for them and why they think he need to be even re-elected. And so we set the base, and as I speak to you, we should have received the president today, and so that was already been set up. And yesterday there was a massive meeting.
Turnout. Meetings.
So what was done was 3-person per auxiliary. Just come. If you could reach the Lagon Lepe, you enter the auditorium, you see no space. Only 3. So we have done that build up. Then the political party also, the non-political parties are also done a build up. So you will see there are 3 different groupings that are doing mobilization. So from the campaign team, from the different auxiliaries and what have you, they have done a mobilization that will be equivalent to the 20,000 I'm talking about. From the county administration, from the local, the traditional leaders, and their people. The superintendent office for us, we control that, and we are mobilizing also the people to ensure that we have a number that equates to that. And then you talk about the political parties. I will tell you, Kakata, when the president entered there, you will know that indeed the people of Margibi.
Let me pause it and go to Prince Mali. Prince, you are the spokesman of the campaign. The other time when the assistant superintendent was here again, he talked about projects they have undertaken in Margibi, not just Kakata, but entire Margibi County, and he named many of them. Do you expect the president to be dedicating these projects while he's there? Is that on the itinerary of the president, of you as county officials? And how long does the president stay in Margibi? I heard you talking about the president will leave, or eventually will leave Margibi. But how long do you intend to hold the president? Who's the president there? And how many projects you think he will be dedicating to the people of Margibi? Press the button again. Press it again. It's off.
The light is on.
Okay, but then go ahead.
So, like I said to you,
the development superintendent who is charged with the responsibility of development is on top of the information regarding the number of projects that the president will have the opportunity to delegate, so to speak,
And the number of days of the president in Margibi, the itinerary, when it is out, we actually speak to the number of days of the president, arrival in Margibi.
Okay.
And so, the president's visit to Margibi is crucial. And so, to the extent there are a lot of interchanging analysis coming about concerning the president's itinerary. So, we will not have the actual itinerary now until all of the conclusions are made. And then before we can come up with the actual publication of the president's itinerary. But what we're doing, like to add on what the DS just mentioned, is to create the awareness to our people and then to show the gratitude of appreciation to the president for the level of work he's been able to do over the last 5 to 6 years. Now, most of my appearances I've been privileged to do on various media outlets. I've been able to capture a few sectors that have impacted us as citizens. For instance, the health sector. And let me state that we are challenged with some analysis, but we have seen the tremendous improvement when it comes to few sectors, the health structure, infrastructure, education, electricity, and so forth. And so with those analyses made, we thought to appreciate the president. For instance, you go to the health sector, you see what is happening in Margibi. The president first 1 to 2 years, what happened? We were privileged to have a referral hospital in Margibi called the 14 Military Hospital. It is under this leadership, and that project took less than 2 years to be built. So it tells you that the president has seen Margibi as one of the proud counties among other counties, that the people of Margibi must be able to benefit all of the necessary things that he have had on his plate when it comes to governance and leadership. And so Margibi is privileged to have the health sector there. The Rennie Hospital that we're about to break ground, changing it from general analysis of single bedroom hospital, but taking the duplex status where you have over 100 bedrooms. So like I said,
in the same area or outside?
No, in the upper part of my, it's within the city of Kakata.
It's in the limit, yeah.
Yes, it's within the city of Kakata, but forced within Margibi County.
Okay.
So it tells you that these different programs, we must be able to show appreciation for the effort of the president.
Mr. Male, what is about the engagement with the people, the local radio stations and media outlets in the county? Are you engaging them, providing this information, and how is it resonating with the people in terms of the president's visitation?
Griffith, if you just put in Prince SD Male, you will see my official Facebook feed. And that is the reason why I like to use my official page to serve as the evidential proof in our workings with different media institutions. I've been privileged to appear to over 5 different media institutions with emphasis just in Margibi County. This is the first appearance outside of Margibi County. So it tells you that we are communicating the information with our people. We are telling them exactly what the president's visit will be like, and we are telling them the necessity of the president's leadership. So yes, we've been able to communicate with media institutions. We've been able to communicate with a lot of friends, with a lot of people. Like the DS may mention that our key interest with the party structure and with the auxiliaries. And let me state to you that the campaign team in Margibi County has a lot of influence on people. You know, Chisiri Allen happens to be the chairman of the campaign team.
He lives right there.
Of course. And Reverend H. Tour, the CEO of Margibi County, is the campaign chair. The campaign manager, sorry. He's the campaign manager. And Minister Washington Giffler with other colleagues. They are putting all their efforts, including the development superintendent, to ensure that this program become a success. And so, yes, we know we will have detractors. We know we'll have people not saying it the right way, but our premier concern is to ensure that the information is delivered properly, and we have all of the pieces of evidence available at our disposal that people will see exactly what we've been able to do over the last 5 years. We have them.
Okay, I will come to the development superintendent of the county, but let me read this information. You know, for the past 4 days, the AEC has had some problem in Monserrado. And we spoke with the spokesman of the Legislative Corporation, but this apologetic press statement that came up has been shared again by the Minister of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism, Honorable Lecturer Rennie. So I'd like to read it for us for all to appreciate it and then hear what they have to say. Then I'll come back to the development superintendent who will tell us about projects that will be dedicated, if possible, by the president while he's in Maghibie County. Sorry, the prints are so small, so I will take my time to zoom it up and I'll have to go to, yeah. So the Labingo vending platform has faced significant and technical challenges over the past 4 days. This has hindered customers from buying electricity token from Labingo vendors or through other digital media such as MTN, Mobile Money, Orange Money, TipMe, and EcoBank mobile apps. To minimize the impact of these vending challenges on our cherished customers and other electricity consumers, ELBC has set up temporary vending points at its waterside headquarters, Bush Road offices, and the anti-power theft campaign site at Dupo Road. The stop gap measures was implemented on Sunday and will be expanded to meet the public's needs until Labingo challenges have been fully resolved and regular vending resumes. ELBC has also commenced arrangements to expand its temporary vending locations to reduce the time customers travel to these locations or wait in line to be served. In parallel to the above, we are exploring other options such as mobile money operations and banking platforms, and we shall inform the public through the news media and other websites, social media platforms about these additional locations and vending options as soon as arrangements have been concluded. However, we assure the public that ELBC is also working very hard that Labingo is restored to restore normal vending operations. We apologize sincerely to our cherished customers for the inconvenience caused by these technical challenges. So that was an official press statement released by the ELBC, now be shared here by the Minister of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism. But if you listen earlier, the communication expert, Mr. Scott, was here. He talked about other areas that have been added in addition to the 3 that was named earlier. So you have many places now open, and the additional mobile money that will be announced today by the close of day, according to Mr. Scott, to alleviate some of the things you are going through as customers, to avoid standing in long lines for very long days. So keep listening to ELBC and other media outlets, and this information will be brought to your doorsteps very shortly. Mr. Kapu, welcome again. Now, I was asking your colleague, the spokesman, about your plans. What do you have on the plan? Do you have projects? The last time you were here, you talked about so many projects you've undertaken with meager resources provided you on the county development funds. Will the president be dedicating some of these projects?
Well, the president have dedicated some of those projects, and most of them currently, like I told you, immediately when the project is completed, the citizen is going to use them because of the need. They have requested them, and the movement will complete them. They start to use them. Yes, we have loved the president to do some dedication. Unfortunately, the route that will be used for the president visitation, they are not a route that will have some of those projects. And so, given the distances that we have them, he might not be there to dedicate some of them, except we're in like the unification project that have just started the city hall, that maybe if site visitation could be done to see what is being done there, it would be good for us. Because most of if we talk about the bridge, the president have dedicated the bridge. Yeah, the cleaning too many times he have done. And so there are the other projects are in the leeward part, the interior part. But it would be good that the president maybe visit because they are already using them at the school. If we're going to give you, we have 2 schools will be on that route. And those schools, currently, the people have been using them for the past 2 years, right? So he will see some of them, what we've done, but it's already in use 2-3 years ago. Okay. Right? So we have those, the ones that are under construction, because like if we are past the 26 gateway, if we are past that way, we also have a project there, but we are not using that route. of course, will be using 16 route. And 16 route, the project that the president have already dedicated that project. It was our hope that the president would have done the official groundbreaking of the CH Training Hospital. Today, the company that won the contracts visited again, went to the site. I know officially they are starting up because all of the bid process have been done and is concluded on, and someone have won that particular project, and that process is starting on now. I would be very happy if we can have it in a tolerate, given what I'm seeing now, because our deals were like 2, but from what I'm seeing, what my boss may send me, the president should be spending 3 days with us. The president will spend a day in Kakata in virus. With that, we are going to do some planning to make sure some of those areas we have done some things. Maybe the president can be able to go there, because in a lower Belgrade day, and then moving to district number 5 we have a day. So 3 days, I think we can make sure that we infuse some of them back into the schedule. So
now the question comes again, because when you talk about the engagement of the people, is the president goes there, he meets people and here and there, but how prepared is a campaign team when the president leaves? Or what have you doing before he comes up tomorrow in terms of engaging the people in the communities, getting vehicles passing in a long convoy, and there's a political statement being made at the county sport page, going to Gibby, meeting the people. What are you doing as a county campaign team to engage the people, and how well is the messages you pushing there resonating with the people?
The very first thing we do, we are now going to do any trucking of people, right? Without taking anyone from this place to that point. So our campaign team is a campaign team that resonates even in a town. We say a town campaign team, meaning you are there day and night, you are campaigning. So when it comes to the campaign team, yes, we have campaign team members in each of the locations of our districts, of our client, of our zones. We have campaign team there that are just situated there. They have to do the work there. So any other thing, no, you don't take people from here, because we observe that when you're taking people from this point to this point to go and campaign somewhere, the moment you leave from there, somebody can go by and erase what you have done. But if you who live in there, you are recruited and you run a campaign there, and then you can do it around the fire, you can do it in the morning, you can do it in the night, at any point in time, every day and night, you are there talking to the people. So in terms of the campaign team, yes, strategically, we have done that, and it's ongoing. The president visitation, it will just be a symbolic thing for us to see our togetherness and what we've done. But when the president leaves, the door-to-door is one more, because there are people who do not know some of the things we have done. We said on the radio, maybe we talk, there are people who do not know. So we have crafted some of those to make sure that we build some billboards that we place it, that when you pass, you see these are things that are being done in this different location. It may not have reached to your area, but there's a possibility of that development coming to your place. And so those are things that we intend to do. So in terms of the campaign team, it's well structured. It's at district level, it's at the county level, it's at the zone level, it's at the clan level. We have ensured all of our traditional peoples are involved into this process to make sure that, no one is left out, and the president campaign team is set up.
Okay, let me go to Mr. Malley. Then we can activate the phone lines to listen to Magibians and how they're faring about the president's visitation, their enthusiasm, and whatsoever they want to say. They will be open up to the conversation. Let's hear you, Mr. Prince Malley.
So like
the development superintendent just made mention, the people of Magibi are in high gear to receive their leader. The leadership of President we have demonstrated over the last 5 to 6 years. It is unprecedented, and it is something that people must be able to employ. And so Magibi will be part of those sections that will welcome the president and telling him thank you for the kind of leadership he brought to us as citizens. Okay. And so we will be in our full gear and ensuring that our people should show the gratitude of appreciation for the type of leadership display. However, you spoke about how prepared we are. Now, the DS told you we have over 200 Azari groupings. But we're privileged to be in a meeting where the guy who is hailing the Azari component of the campaign team, Honorable Mark Noah, has assured us the level of work being done. All right, the level of work being done to ensure that the visit of the president is in high attendance by the citizen. So we are not taking it lightly. We are putting every strategy, plans, and action to work and ensure that this become a success. It has been in almost all of the various districts in Maserado. So we want to showcase the level of strength, the level of commitment. Mind you, Margibi is one of the counties that have benefited under the leadership of President Weah over the last 6 years. Now, it is under President Weah that you see a man named Joseph Francis Kapu serving as the development superintendent. It is under the leadership of President Weah that you see Jerry Vani serving as superintendent, Aloysius Namu, fiscal superintendent, and key ministries on the government. If you do the ministerial analysis, you will know that the Ministry of Education form part in a strategic standard of the ministerial analysis. Might be the second, if not third, on the chart of the ministerial analysis. So to have a Margibian serving in that capacity under the leadership of Professor Soni, it tells you that the president actually has showcasing the strength and appreciation to Margibian for the overwhelming support given him in 2017. And not just that, you see assistant ministers and deputy ministers to other ministries, to other entities, director general and deputy director general. So the appreciation of the president, we need to demonstrate that by the work given to us as Margibian. And so that is why you see the high level of outcry publicity being done so that the people get to understand. Because one of the challenges we have in my mind under this regime is the dissemination of information. Because in the process of such, the people get to know that nothing happening. But where we've taken siege of giving the information to the people, it tells you that they are getting to know some of these things. And when you go to the various attire shops, you go to the various public, to the various garden, you hear people say, but then one day they may be doing everything and we be hearing it. And you hear people saying that. But they may be doing that kind of a thing. So my parents, like I said, you go on my page, you hear quarter saying that. They made the president doing other things and we've been hearing it. So we, in our country, we take it very seriously. That is why at times you see the development superintendent taking initiative to what? Proffer the information, representing the county administration to understand exactly what being done and how we've been proceeding and how we intend. The prospect thought on the president, we are governance leadership is glaring. All we need to do is to single out the second term bid and let the people see the kind of anxiety being put into this leader. That in the second term, we'll get the fruit of our labor, and our expectation might not be met, but maximally we will have the reward.
Thank you. Let me take some of the comments that come in, and I'll come with one final political question about reconciliation in the county. Because prior to then, there been some, disenchantment in the county when it comes to the PUP supporting George Weah and the man who's seen as a PUP on Renukwe is not having time with the former minister of state who is also supporting whatsoever he's given to the CDC and all of those. And we also talk about a major reconciliation that took place. How does that speak to the uniqueness of Margibians? I want to answer that question. But let me welcome the guy called Jula King. He says, good evening, Mr. Jala Grayfield. I'm Joseph Morgan Henaware, senior. I'm watching you from Lower Margibi County. Jula King said, 18th Street, here we come. 18 is a number for President George Weah. So when you hear people say 18th Street, they're talking about 18, number 18. Stephen Fowler said, good evening, Mr. Grayfield. I'm joining you from Ghana's Chickens of Fatville area. DY's cute boy going. I'm following you from Jacobtown Rehab. Nathaniel Gabo, watching for Atlanta, the USA. And then let me welcome my friend and brother, Aloysius Bono in the Armed Forces of Liberia, who has just left Timbuktu now to Bamako in Malay. He's serving the AFL there. Mr. Aloysius Bono, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. You're watching me every other time I'm on the show. Imada M. Suwa, thanks so much. Chief Radio Makona is also live in Foya, really in the program. Radio Makona and Radio Diampula also really the program in Lofa County, Foya District. Radio Sawan is in Nima County, really is a program. This is a Tato song. It's a gribble song by the people of River G County telling the president thank you for all the developments he's taken up to the people in River G County and beyond. Clarence S. Joe Gino said, Clarence Joe, I'm following you live from Vanyaman City, Lufa County. Jerry P. Clare is watching me from Continental University campus, Swakogobon County. Junior Silly is watching me from Kolawun District in Koba City, Lufa County. Ivan Nyanti is following me from Keba. Steve Moa, watching from Las Vegas, Nevada. Little Bird S. Water watching me. Only Monica Balagon said, good evening, Mr. Grayfield. I'm following live from Capitol Hill UA campus. Welcome to the show, Mr. Monica Balagon. Melvin Natala Jolie is watching me from his residence in Pennsville. Whoopi Oni Jones has joined me again. George Ramadan is following me from GSU Road, you said earlier. Bobby Wilson is joining me. Kill. Giorgio.
Thank you, our president. Think of don't step on your friend.
Mike James says CDC. Mike James said, Mr. President George, we are 12 years in show. And he goes to say, we the people of Nima are now ungrateful people and will not be ungrateful in this developmental president. Mike James says that one, while Morris State says CDC all the way, and with Nathan M. Blair. Good evening, big brother, he said. And I'm the nation's Heavenly J. My name is Jala Iman the Grayfield III. I'm the nation's Heavenly J. Remember Jala Grayfield chapter 1 verse 1. Let's talk and never shall we fight. Welcome to the Bumper Show on 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. Mr. Francis Kapu, reconciliation in my Guinea. How is it?
Yeah, I think in terms of reconciliation, we like to appreciate our traditional leaders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you do the talking and given the role being played. And I told you there were some challenges in getting to Kwalikan town. And so the county administration thought it was important to do the road that go to Kwalikan town. And we did a road where we have a bridge that we call a bus covered. We built there. Now it allowed people to go there frequently. So most of our major thing in our county, when it comes to the traditional people, it take place in that area. And so we are happy that our leaders over the weekend met with our traditional people. We know what we do there. We were a member of that area. It must be genuine. You don't go there to go and scheme. No, we don't scheme there. Once you've been there, when you go there, you must say the truth. And whatever we need to do, when we trash it out, it's trash out. You don't go there with deception. When you go there with deception, there are punishment that follow.
Okay.
And so you bear the consequences. So as far as we are concerned, our two big brothers are being able to settle up their issue. And I know there were expectation of what has each person done for their friend and how has it happened and where they were at the current time. And so I saw them, the hawk, and then we've done it all with what I'm talking about now currently. And then we are working on the program along with Senator Nukwe. We are working with the program along with the incoming senator of Mahagiri County, also the former minister, Mr. Mangeo. So it is expected that jointly they can attend the program when the president is in Mahagiri County, and that will show the unity of our people. You know, Mahagiri, that you stated, is a complex county. It's a county almost like Monserrado, where one tribe does not just say, yeah, I am the owner of the place. Mm-hmm. You have the 16 tribes situated in Mahagiri. And a certain area in Kakata, the name, you go to Buse Quarter, you go to Bandi community, you go to Bassa community. And so you got all of the different communities. That tells you why it is. So in terms of reconciliation, I know reconciliation is not an event. It's a process. And so the wound will be healed gradually as we go on. But I know that we've met on the tree. We'll be able to trash out some things, and our leaders are in one call, and we'll move on.
Thank you. Let me activate the phone lines now.
So before you activate the
yes,
phone,
30 seconds, we have to take some calls. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead, just 30 seconds.
Before you activate
the phone line, you know, the development superintendent has said it all. But the coming of Senator Nukwe to support the presidency, I think it is something that we all must welcome. And no one can underestimate the role Minister Mange has played in our politics, in our governance process of the country. We all understand the role he's been able to play over the past while serving as minister. And so I, for one, are one person who admire his leadership. But in the process of going to run in Margibi County, with Senator Nukwe coming on board and with the massive reconciliatory program here, I think we're glad to have the both of them working together. With them, we can find a better Margibi.
Thank you so very kindly. I will open the phone lines now. 080-514-096, 080-668-0373. These are the lines to call me. You can call now. Let me take your calls. I will take the 5 calls because the development superintendent and the spokesman of the campaign have said all about the visitation of the president to Margibi tomorrow. You can call and be a part of the show now. 080-514-096, 080-668-0373, 070-560-560. These are the numbers to call. I will take each call only for 10 seconds or 15 seconds because we don't have much time. We want to talk about all of the other political issues in Margibi County. Is good. I will heard that the two senators, one of the senators are reconciled with Mr. Mangeo, Natina Mangeo, who wants to contest, and that was a very contentious issue in Margibi County. Hello, welcome.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, welcome. How are you?
I'm terrific. I will let watch you. Thank you for the show, Jala Emmanuel Greview and our guest from Margibi County. This is Hilton Wolajedo.
Hey, don't go ahead.
Thank you. I like the proper defender from Logitan.
Okay.
I'm more than happy when I listen to our leaders at ELBC elucidating issue of national concern and more especially issue related to the re-election of President Weah. When they were in the center of the discussion, when they talked about the reconciliation and preparedness of them to receiving our president, it means President Weah developmental initiatives really through. Because the issues of former Minister Nathaniel Mangeo and a leader, Senator Ningwe, was very serious. But I got happy. Want to say thank you very much.
Okay.
And we know how we're coming to Margibi now, and we know that our people are united. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very kind. The next caller is here. Welcome. Hello. Hey, you got to reduce the monitor. Who's there? Can you please leave the noise? Oh, I think you don't want to talk. I can't continue with you on that line. 080-514-096, 070-560-560. Let me go to this line. It's coming in. What is it? This line is having some issues now. I cannot. 080-514-096. I'm trying to see Mr. Abel Plaki trying to get to me. I try to manage that number. Abel called the other Lone Star number 080-514-096. I think I can be help. This one I'm trying to answer, but none. It's not going through easily. Welcome, the next caller.
Yes, how you doing, sir?
I'm okay, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Yes, Cindy Fulton, call from Johnsonville.
Okay, let's hear you, my friend.
Yes, I appreciate that your students that I mean we behind our president from start to end. Jara, I would love for you to please I want to talk with you off air, please. Can you please have me your number?
Okay, just call that number I called. It's 070-560-560. You can call that number later. We can have a conversation.
Okay, sir.
Let me see if this number is working now. Hello, welcome. Hello.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
Good evening, sir. Where do you come from?
Yes, Cooper from District 4.
District 4 in which county?
Margibi.
Okay, let's hear you, Cooper.
We are finally conclude about our new senator, and we are glad to receive our new senator come October 10.
And who that new senator?
Not Mangio, what to do? Magi through the reconciliation. Thank you, my dear brother.
All right, thanks a million. Let me take 2-3 calls and call it a day. I'll come back to the guys who are in the studio. This call is coming in. Hello, welcome. Oh, he dropped the line. Sorry for that. This one is here. Hello, welcome. Hello. You want to participate on the show?
Hello.
Please go ahead. Let's hear you. No, I can't control that noise, please. The next caller. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay, sir. What is your name? Where do you call from?
I'm Matthew Kai, I'm calling from Boma.
Okay, Beaumines. Let's hear you from Beaumines.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah, we are expecting the president to be in at any time in Magidi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, and I respect your opinion as others have been doing as well. The president will be in Magidi tomorrow, and then all roads lead to Magidi with the team.
It will be on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Yeah, there's adjustment in the whole itinerary of the president, and that will be a good one. Hello. This number is having some issues. Hello. Oh. You might be the last caller. Maybe I'll be trying to take your call. The other number, you're not calling it. Hello, welcome. You're the last caller on the show. Let's hear you. Hello. Okay, please go ahead, my friend.
Okay, this is Peter Goa, call from Kakata.
Yeah, go ahead, Peter Goa.
Very low.
Okay, Mr. Jara will welcome President We are tomorrow.
It says Thursday now instead of tomorrow. Thursday. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you. Please let's have your party comments. You listen to the callers. I can't take any more calls, especially this 770 number. I tell you, say you have the problem. You're supposed to calling it. Go ahead.
Okay, so again, let me say thanks to the callers and thank you. So the president, there are several good reasons why Margibi County will ensure that President Weah is re-elected. And like my brother stated some of them, in Margibi, we have had president that Margibi have given support to. In terms of sharing of power, it has not happened except under this president. Under this president, to allow us to control the airspace, to allow us to control the educational system of this country, to allow us to control the area of agriculture, to allow us to also be part of the investment, the national concession, you know, to allow also to be part of Lagra, the deputy there for administration is from Margibi. That tells that the president has been able to share portion of the responsibility of the people of Margibi. We must appreciate him for that, and we must commend him for that. And let me let you also to know that the first lady of the Republic of Liberia to build the city of hope in Margibi is something that she's going to be appreciated for, and I know that she's going to come along with our father and the women, our mothers, our brothers and sisters, going to appreciate her for that development in Margibi County. You know the role, this role that is going on, the development that is taking place now in Margibi because of the role is unprecedented.
Okay,
you must be able to speak to that also.
Thank you.
You know, there are a lot of things that we couldn't mention.
Let me talk to the. Let me say thank you, and let me go to the spokesman as he closes up.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nothing much to close on. We want to say thank you, and the final message we want to send out to our people is to know that President Weah is a leader of peace, and so the fact that he have had historical balance in terms of being a messenger of peace. We urge all of our partisans and sympathizers, our friends and political actors, to come with the mind of peace. Let's avoid violence. Let's avoid conflict. Peace is very paramount to the survivability of our governance process. And so if we do not take that into serious consideration in my humble, even some of our activities. So we just want to tell our people, let's maintain the path of peace and let it remain on peace. We know that President Weah served as UNICEF ambassador before for peace, and we are aware under the cellular government, he run the peace under the cellular government. And so we want to maintain that, the fact that we sit in the seat, let's understand we honor the obligatory authority to maintain that peace and ensure the visit of the president is successful and achieved.
Thank you, Mr. Prince Marley. campaign spokesman of Maggie County, and Maggie County Development Superintendent and Coordinator of the campaign, Mr. Francis Capo de Vin here both. Speaking to the Bumper Show, Yes, Tato. The president passed on for Maggie on Thursday, according to the new itinerary being placed here. Been alluded to by the development superintendent. And Maggie goes blue on Thursday. That's our goal this afternoon. My name is Jala Griffield, and the nation's Heavenly J. When you bless, you are blessed. Thanks to my videographic